You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Kavon, yeah, we hear
Is
you,
that
bro.
Kavon?
Yeah,
Oh, damn
Kavon.
God.
Let
Yo,
me
for how
know.
many?
Oh
For
my
how
gosh.
many? I thought Storm wasn't wearing a shirt. My man's
Oh, I
wearing.
know.
My man's got a nude colored top, bro.
God damn.
Yo,
No, I'm
Kavon,
always proper.
yo, Kavon, put that camera on, bro. Put that camera on. We
Yo,
can see you.
son, I'm
Yeah.
black as hell, son.
It don't matter.
Yo,
Turn
this
the light
light,
on.
son.
Turn the light on.
Turn
This
on.
light's
on.
on, son. I'm still black as hell.
Turn that camera on, bro. Don't be shy.
Yeah, son.
Oh,
Put that
Yo,
camera
come
on,
on,
son.
man. Nobody's perfect, Kavon. Come on, man.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm in the Zoom class, bro. Where everybody at? Oh shit!
Oh no.
You need that light that the beauty Instagram girls be got
do,
so
I
they got
need
that
that.
circle of light in front of you, bro.
That's
Hold
it.
on.
Right.
Yo, where's Nietzsche at? Cause
He's
she's
coming.
Nigga Crusher ugly as hell, son. Oh, you see that
this is the
Fucking asshole. Fucking ass.
Flash.
Yo, Nietzsche, you gotta unmute your mic, bro. There's something on your phone.
Got like
Am I
phone
Gucci now?
light.
Am I Gucci now?
Yeah,
You can hear me
Yeah,
now?
we hear you. We hear you.
Alright, cool, cool, cool.
Yo, bro, I'm about to buy you some headphones, fam. What that from Family
What are you
Dollar?
doing,
Son,
somebody
what is
checking your
that?
eyebrows, son?
Yeah, yo, so we out here, so fuck out of here.
Oh
Yo,
my
what the
lord.
Neck, neck.
Filter family headphones out here, bro. Oh, man.
My son Kavon look like he typing mean comments in the chat right now. What are you talking about?
Yo,
Twitter fingers.
This nigga got Twitter finger.
God damn, Nietzsche, your mic sound robotronic, my nigga. What this?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
This nigga looking like a wild ass caveman, son. This nigga had his shape.
I should have kept the hair
Oh,
up,
bro.
but now fucking, you know,
Louis, you look like a potato. What you talking about?
Bro, that's why I put that hat on so y'all can't see
no
what's under the hood. Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh shit!
What?
That
Wow.
nigga, look at the nigga Kevin.
Oh,
We're
Kevin.
having Kevin's. I can't see
I
Kevin's,
can't see
man.
Kevin.
He loaded.
I see Kevin.
It's your
Oh,
boy.
yeah, I need to go away, son. I can't see Kevin.
Yo, Kevin, so why you so
Yeah, smart
clean,
boy.
you baby ass
Look at-
motherfucker?
I can't see Kevin.
I can't see Kevin, son. How come I
You
can't see
gotta
Kevin?
swipe. You gotta
Yo,
swipe.
swipe.
Nigga's
Right, bro.
chin, son.
You gotta swipe.
Nigga.
Ah, son.
swipe.
Oh, my son Kevin out here fresh. Little motherfucker, bro. What you talking about? It's your boy, son.
First impressions on podcast matter.
Yo,
Oh, let's go. I can hear y'all.
My
Look
son
at that.
is fresh. My son
Yeah.
is fresh. Look at the freshness.
Oh, here, son.
why you so
Damn,
fucking
doing this,
clean, son? Get
Look
out
at
of
you.
here.
Set him clean, son. Yo, roll around the 20s, son.
Oh my God, your son! Who is this man?
I look delicious. That's who this man is, son. Look at that, That's why I'm late, son. Look at that. That's why I'm late.
That's respect,
Oh,
bro.
Oh,
yo,
man.
I was just
This
about
nigga
to
eating, bro. This nigga eating.
It's not a podcast. That should not be
Yo, I
allowed.
smelled the roast
And
on
it's on the podcast, Merton. What are you doing? That's how we're doing it, son. That's how we're doing it.
Yo,
That's
bro,
not how
He
we're
is.
doing it. That's what we doing.
bro, I ain't even gonna hold you, son. You had till 6 o'clock to get that chicken.
Yo, I just got here, son. I've been driving.
Oh, right.
He did say he was gonna do stuff in the group chat, and he was like he was gonna make it no matter what. He did say that.
Yeah. He said he's at the barbecue. Respect.
Yeah.
Yo, The commitment. Commitment is real, son.
I'm gonna give Ed. Ed said he's pulling through, and David said he's pulling through. I'm gonna give them like
David said he might be late. Does that mean he gonna have like half an hour late or like?
He said he's gonna be late.
I'm hitting him up right now, but I'm gonna give Ed like 5 more, like 4 more minutes.
All right, y'all. Here's what we gonna do. Everybody gonna stand up. We're gonna do our daily workout routine. You gonna follow my pace.
Punch him in the mouth. Punch him in the mouth.
What are you talking about? Oh,
You gonna follow my pace. Ready?
Podcast's gonna start. I'm gonna say 103. Oh, this you got there.
150, son.
150.
We're gonna be built like Kavon. Kavon is the glorified body right now. He is the perfect being. He is the perfect being.
Complete specimen.
Perfect specimen.
Yo,
It's
his
Kratos,
glasses
son.
look like you make him look like a celebrity right now, though.
Exactly, son.
Because he is. Like, what are you talking about?
You gotta get his beats out there.
I ain't
All my
even
niggas are celebrities.
I ain't even gonna hold you, son. My son Crush is sexy as fuck, dude. So look at that nigga shit.
What's going on right now, son? What are you talking about?
My lady's a lucky woman. What can I say?
My lady's a lucky woman. Too much confidence. My lady's looking at me. What can I say? Son?
For real, for real.
My son gorgeous as fuck, son. Look at that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, this app,
Dog.
this app is amazing. Holy shit!
Yeah,
I didn't think this thing was gonna work this like really
Zoom is
well.
good, bro.
Yeah, I like the way it switches.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is she?
This app is hella convenient.
Yeah,
Only
bro.
only thing I want to see myself, son. I'm vain.
Hey,
Fuck out of here.
Yo,
I'm about to
Yeah,
add
keep
all my
talking.
hoes in this shit and and put them all in one room and see what they do to each other.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have a black screen talk
Please
about
do not put all your
if you
hoes
text
in
me.
one room and see what they do in a conversation on Zoom.
Exactly.
Honestly, that
son.
doesn't make no sense.
No, son, it's gonna make perfect sense. Son. I have a black screen. I'd be like, whoever says the most better nude, son, wins the battle. So one of you will be eliminated.
Nah, you're a genius. You're a
No,
genius.
No, the wife's telling me to tell you guys. So she wished us luck. She said she's hoping we do great.
Come on, died.
Yeah.
Son.
Oh, hoping. No,
Alright, cool, thank you.
Tell her thank you. Tell her thank you, though.
Yo, we already off on a good start, bro. We had like 7 minutes of just straight laughter. Like we good.
Yo, what happened if one of us busts our ass in our chairs? Well, how we gonna help the others?
I mean, that's what
Nah, bro.
I'm
I'ma just pretend you're not there. I'ma just pretend you're not there,
You
bro.
look the other way.
You just,
Look the other way.
all you gonna hear is oh. And he's gonna keep talking.
Just like I was saying, bro.
Yo.
Subject, son. I'm be like, so
Y'all can hear me? Y'all can
Yeah, I
hear me?
get it now. Yeah,
Alright.
we get it. You get it.
Okay.
You was muted for like a second, but you back. You live. We live.
All right. Well,
Who's starting it off? Are we starting it off or we still gonna wait?
Hold it down. So we got
still gotta
people,
wait for David.
no, hold it down. We got a couple people that's gonna be late, but we're gonna kick this off right now. So real quick, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Smooth D-Mac here, and as you can see on screen, this is just a small group of family. This is Sage Thoughts. It's the Sage Thoughts show where we get together and talk about anything the fuck we want. We are here bullshitting, but for y'all entertainment and just, you know, little bit of piece of us onto you. So we got my man Lewis Reed.
Name yourself, bro.
We got my son Archangel Acacio, aka Storm Coon.
Hola.
We're gonna refer to him as Storm Coon. So
Storm.
just know now, Archangel Acacio is Storm Coon. All right.
Oh, he the other screen.
We got my Don't worry about what I'm doing. We got my son Joshua Crusher.
Right here.
We
The
got my
West
son.
Coast motherfucker and wet bubble fuck.
That ass. He in the West Coast, but you know, the
Yeah,
internet
like
brought us
how
all together.
Phil's talks out hit when other people names
People
called,
together,
that's
all
what his name
together.
is called.
They brought us all together.
I know it's taking vacation home, son.
We got my son Gaston Miranda, aka Nietzsche. We're gonna call him Nietzsche, so just keep in mind.
What's good, y'all? I'm gonna keep zooming in back and forth throughout this entire. This entire thing.
We got the blackest one, my son Lebanon Abraham Jenkins James Jr. the third, aka Kavon
Jesus
James,
Christ.
the next president of our United States.
Bro.
Jesus Christ.
The next
You already know. You already know.
Exactly.
You already know.
No, that's a long ass name.
When it's time to move, the mountain, you call Kavon. Just know that. All right.
Absolutely.
Time to move the mountain.
Absolutely, son.
Yo, words to live by.
Oh, you take the mountain's place?
You got motherfucking T4 to blow this
He just stands
motherfucker
where
up.
the mountain used to be. He is the mountain.
We got my son, the pillar, literally the pillar in my life and the pillar in everything that I try to do and try to move. My son, Jonathan Izzy Tejada. Without him, I wouldn't have the courage to do this shit. My
Hey,
guy
Kevin,
got
look
me.
the same. Which one is it, son? I don't know.
That's crazy. That's supposed to be me.
Can't see him.
Ah.
Not here.
and last but not least, we got my son Kevin Garcia, aka your
That's
boy,
right.
aka Swag
That's
Mongo
right.
3000,
That's
aka
right.
Mrs. Your Girl, aka
Mango 3000.
aka
Mango
3000. We out here.
aka
Podcast. We not being
Perfect
lazy.
product. The perfect
aka
man.
the Super Ginger. He doesn't have a soul.
Super ginger.
Super ginger. Wow.
I do got a soul. I went to Catholic school.
That's
I went
crazy.
to
I went to
Catholic
Catholic school.
I was in there. I was studying the arts for generations. Be what you
Man,
mean.
the reason why gingers have
There's a
no soul,
reason
they
I'm
already gave their soul to
agnostic.
God.
Kevin give up his
Yo.
soul for drifting.
Nah, son. Everybody think Kevin's Hispanic, son. Nah, he just light skinned black dude, son. He
Yeah,
got that. Yo, see him?
My life in this.
You'll see it with his fade.
Yeah, exactly, son. He fade.
Nah,
Look like that.
my nigga.
That dude.
Yo, give me a plate. I'm gonna go get a plate right now.
My uncle down here over
man.
here in India, he work at 7-Eleven.
He said he Indian. Oh my god. You can't do this, son.
Jesus.
All right. But yes, this is just a small group. There's plenty of us, but this is the ones that's rocking right now. This is the pilot episode. We're going to kick it off like this. So we're going to go through the whole introductions and everything like that. Y'all already know who I am, but I'm not going to go first. I'm actually going to let my son, Joshua Crusher, because he's the furthest away, kick this shit off, man. Josh, let them know who you is, bro.
All right, name's Joshua. They're gonna call me Crusher. That's a AKA. Born and raised Las Vegas, Nevada, West Coast out here. I am a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. I'm a supervisor for work. I have a very brass perspective on things usually. So that's a kind of flavor I add to the podcast here. That's about it.
Good shit. Next on the bill, because even though I was gonna say Kevin, but he eating. I'm gonna let my son Stormcoon kick it off.
Hey, yo, my name is Stormcoon. Yeah, my real name Archangel, but don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about my real name, right? Call me Storm for now. Yeah, right now my school shut down, but I'm gonna be a surgeon, surgeon. Do I want down the line surgeon? That's all you need to know. Relay. Go ahead, Lou. Tell them who you is, Lou.
Nice to meet you. All right, my name is Henry Lewis Reed. My first name is Henry. Y'all don't need to know. So call me my
Did he just give his first name?
No.
This is news.
Yo, easy. Keep that shit on the low, son. Don't say nothing about y'all, son. Your perspective level is too high right now for this podcast. You need to go smoke something and worry about that shit.
Oh my God.
He said my name is Henry, but did you already give your first name? Oh.
Oh shit.
But yeah, man. That's my son Lou. What you fuck with, Lou?
Oh damn, he lagging.
You're killing me.
This is why he be winning the Dragon Ball, son. Because of this right here.
My son need to change the neck code real quick, yo.
My son is on 12 frames in a video chat, son.
I'm relying on my data. The fuck you mean? I got unlimited data. Fuck out of here.
That data must be limited.
That nigga's an Afghanistan. He's talking about in the war. He's trying to talk to his family. He got one phone call a week.
Can we not start this here? Can we not?
Fuck out of here, you light-skinned demon. Fuck you, you ginger bastard. You got pepper sprayed on your face. Fuck you. Like.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm over here talking about Lewis.
You should have stayed eating. You should have just stayed eating your food. You were staying.
Delusions like
my son Kevin got yo, real talk, Kevin. You got speed bump freckles on your face. Get out of here, son.
Oh my God, son.
I ain't saying none of that.
Okay, son, boot him out. What you talking?
What about it? With the host? With the host?
Yeah, with the host.
Everyone keep talking so you can get screen time.
That's a fact.
The host with the most. Space goes coast to coast. Go ahead, Lewis. My fault, bro.
We gonna chill.
I'm a UPS driver, essential worker, delivering for all the customers that relied on us and all that stuff. So you know how that goes, especially in this pandemic. Nigga, we're fucked.
He trying to get us sponsored by UPS, bro. I appreciate you, dog.
That's a fact, bro.
UPS free delivery. I ain't mad at that.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for bringing my package, fam. So talk about. He waited till I came outside. He didn't just throw it and leave. He waited, son. Quality stuff.
My son real with it, but yes, gotta introduce yourself, my guy, the blackest one.
All right, so my name is, as Dion says it, Lebanon Abraham. Jake is James the third. I got also a 3 in there, and name is going to change from time to time. My real name is Kevon James. I'm an aspiring artist. I'm a singer, songwriter, poet. I'm also an accountant. I work with various different companies. I account for MTA, Fiat, Chrysler. I'm also an activist for several different groups. I've been an activist since I was 16. I've been I've been social working since I was 15. I've met all these guys from high school and some of these guys in college. And these guys are some of the best guys to ever work with because we all keep our minds and souls righteous when we talk crap to everybody. And we all have the most basic experience. We keep it 100% of the time, which you're going to find out right the fuck now.
That's right. That's right.
That's my intro.
That's right. That's right. Just coming in, we got my man, Mr. D'Souza, the daddy with the beef patties. Get him smacking and making go.
He got the dad hat. Look at him in the mic. He got his dad hat on. Son.
These patties got cocoa bread though, right?
Exactly.
Cocoa bread.
Patty's right out here.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But
don't forget, son, he's the leader of all of us, the strongest man in the world.
that's a fact.
His pack has a face.
True though.
It used to have a face.
That was true
I
though.
have to fight him. You say he's the strongest? Say
I have to fight him. There can only be one Josh.
Goddamn.
Son,
That'd be a good ass fight though.
I was the strongest, and then got married. Now I just whip out this Gek, this Glock or whatever. Son. It's like, oh, you want to fight now, son? Nah, I'm over that shit. I'm a father now. I have to win. That's it. Nope.
Bruiser with the bruiser. You ain't never heard about that?
I know this man didn't get up and get a samurai sword in the video call. So what you doing, son?
Y'all talking about the get, bro. I gotta, you know what I mean? Gotta get ready for y'all. So. Gotta get ready for y'all.
Yo, just pick one. I got like 5. Me and Dion against the whole chat room. Let's
That's
go.
a fact. That's a fact.
Big
tension.
Whoa. Big D'Souza in the chat right now. Just give a little bit about yourself, a little introduction to who you is for the viewers and whatnot, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm the lightest one in the chat room. No one's black. The fact is, I watched everyone in this group chat grow up. All of them are like my little brothers. If something were to happen to them, I'd go to jail because I'd be the first one. Probably maybe the second one because I want to say at least 2 of the 3 of the people here are just as crazy as me when it comes to the boys. But I grew up a little sheltered. My parents were overprotective, but I got out of my shell, joined the Marine Corps. Greatest move, also the biggest mistake. Love it to hate it. That's what it was. Got out. Got married, had a kid, and now I'm big brothering and fathering. So
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
It's been a great ride.
Yo, what the fuck is Kevin doing? I'm sorry, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Yo, what are you doing, my guy? Like, sit.
Hey, Kevin. What?
Is that a dog, bro?
Yeah, it's a dog.
Yeah, the dog.
He looks like one of those mean dogs. So you just show the face.
He's having a good time.
It's an Australian.
Kevin, pick it up.
Australian Shepherd.
Kevin, pick it up. Take it like how you took Luna.
That's bigger than dog. So he like 100. He should not be 100 pounds.
He's 100 pounds?
Oh no! Wow.
Yeah.
59.
You know what's hilarious?
Okay.
You know what's hilarious? I thought Nietzsche was gonna be the chaotic neutral, but it's definitely Kevin. Kevin is too fucking random, bro.
Oh, Kevin.
Phone in your hand. What are you doing?
There we go.
But Nietzsche, go ahead and tell them about yourself, bro.
Wait. Before that, right? Well, before that, viewers, right? Count how many Coca-Colas that D'Souza goes through this podcast. Just let y'all know. So keep count. He on one.
Time out. Come on, I love you so much. I was gonna be the first one. You started, my nigga. But you know what? I'm gonna be a good friend.
My son is in a group chat with his boys, and he gotta open a cold one. Let him open a cold one.
Boy,
I understand.
This how I know Kavar.
Just remember, I'm gonna be at your wedding.
Yo, before my wedding.
And I'm gonna pull the ultimate prank when people looking for alcohol. I'm gonna just bust out all the Coke bottles, and people are gonna be like, "But where's the alcohol?" I'm just be like,
Fool's gonna
"Don't
have
worry
Coke.
about it."
You need help setting that up. I got you.
Oh, word.
See, I'm getting
Stick
threatened.
together, bro.
Oh, hold on. We got the. We
You
we
can't.
got. We got
You can't
we
threaten
got one
people
more.
with a good time.
Hold on. We got.
You can if they don't want to have a good time.
All
They're
right.
trying
We
to
got.
go to sleep.
We got the last one. We got
Oh,
the
we
last
got
one.
Ed. Ed came through. Yo, what's good, Ed? Oh, he's connecting his audio. He's connecting his audio.
Look at this. Look at this ugly motherfucker, yo. He look like he just woke up.
This ain't
damn.
nothing.
That's
Yeah, tell him to click the audio. I don't even think he noticed it. Oh, no, he did it. He did it. He Gucci. He Gucci.
Yeah.
My guy.
Ah, Night Tales, bro. What's good, bro?
Yo, E, you one ugly, sleepy looking motherfucker, bro. I'm just letting you know that.
That's crazy, son.
This ain't nothing.
You're not wrong though.
Motherfucker, I'm the best looking motherfucker.
Damn, he lagging too. Damn, he lagging too.
I mean, if
He
he grew
loses
some
the
facial
connection,
hair,
son.
if he grew some facial hair, he'd be a good looking dude. But right now, like you look like a child boy. What happened?
Yo, bro. Yo, this agent shit don't work on me.
This Asian shit don't work on you, damn.
Hold on. We got one more. I'm trying to throw in one more. Hold on. Let's see if Zoom will let it rock. Come on, Zoom. Nah, she my wife. I don't know who you are, but you're gonna have to change that name.
Hold on. You know what? Because the only reason why I got this hat on is because my hair looking.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about it. We all got the hats on, bro. We ain't nothing.
Nah, you keep chilling. My son like, nah, fuck y'all.
It's Kumai? This nigga said, nah, she my wife.
Yeah, no way. Yo, let's break. Y'all, let's break right now.
Hide your wife, son. You about to put them in the
Yo,
back?
come on, man. Come on. We can't be putting it out there.
Hide your wife.
We gotta
I had
stop
to,
that.
I had to leave, son. This nigga already started his toxicity, son. I had to leave, son.
That was just you. You started the toxicity.
Well, you know,
Do nothing.
What is that?
you know what I love, bro. My son is the latest motherfucker in here with the most disrespectful name.
Nah, she's my wife now. Son.
Yo, what I want to know is what is Kevin doing with that old ass phone, son?
No, that
Who you
telephone.
calling George Washington? So what you talk about, son? My son Kevin out there. That's it. My son Kevin out there got a Nazi zombie Easter egg, bro, in his crib.
Yo, Nietzsche, you don't gotta put the mic to your thing, bro. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can talk from down there.
It's not Xbox, bro.
Yeah,
we'll do it for emphasis here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what happened, son? Who died, son?
Yeah, he disappeared. All right. Yo,
So wait, hold on. The camera just going. Is it me? So the camera just gonna keep bouncing between all of y'all.
Yeah.
Swipe back and forth.
You can swipe. You can swipe.
Right.
If you look at the top right corner of the app, you can do the speaker view, or you can change it to gallery view, so you can have a lot of people versus just one.
Yeah, okay. Cause see, I want to see all you guys at the same time if it's possible.
You can see most of us. It's gonna take up 2 screens unless you make it bigger.
Yeah, but
you click like the plus sign in the bottom right corner, and it's just like.
Yo, I am going front. I wanted. Yo, Storm, this is you with the help with the headset on.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Yo, listen. So Ed, tell her.
Damn, Storm.
Yo, E.
You're the whitest person I've ever seen.
This just claimed to be the most whitest person. How can I be to?
I'm the lightest skin toned.
Yo,
you ain't got no tone to your skin, Storm.
I had to blend in with my energy, up here.
All right. Hold it down. Yo, E, since you just came in, bro, just tell the people who you is and what you about, and quick introduction.
Wait. Oh yeah. All right. So my name is Ed, and I drive buses, and I'm from Brooklyn, and I know all these niggas because of this guy right here, D. And they all my brothers now, so
it's real shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nietzsche. Tell them what you about, bro.
Hi, man. What's going on, guys? I'm Nietzsche. That's going to be referred to my name and throughout this entire thing, but my real name is Gaston Miranda. and I was born and raised in a volcano, and I was raised in Krypton too. And I beat Superman and Goku. Alright, cool.
Get him out of here!
I was born and raised in Brooklyn. I
I
was born and
respect his
raised
energy.
in Brooklyn, and I moved out a couple of years back. Now I live in NC now.
Smartly.
Sadly,
Come
I had
on,
to
you
leave my
can't
brothers
do me like
behind.
this. My girl gonna
Oh,
watch this shit.
sadly. I do videos on Instagram. You can follow your boy at Renard Hunt X. Yeah, I'm promoting myself. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, what happened? This meeting no longer has a time limit. What are you talking about? Wait, what's going on, son? Take me to the zoo.
All right, good looking, Zoom. We gonna keep it pushing. We keep it pushing. Go ahead.
If I click OK, it's not gonna. If I click OK, it's not gonna close it, right?
Just said okay. Just
Yeah,
said
you
okay.
good.
Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I do combo videos. I'm in like the Destiny community. I'm really heavy on it. I've known these dudes since the dawn. Oh man, so I remember when Jonathan had a mohawk. Like,
I remember
these
that.
dudes, man. They my brothers, man. They my blood brothers. They really way more important to me and family. They're like the most family I've ever had throughout my entire life. I only consider like 2 of my cousins who are blood, like really close to me, and then the rest of them, these are all my brothers. Like I go ham for these motherfuckers, bro. Like that's it. You know, like that's just the end of that. So hopefully we thrive and we succeed through the end, boy. We all gonna be in the yacht, son. It's cool, son. The Air Force One.
That's right.
Nikki, I'm coming down south and I'm stealing your hair. I'm taking
That's
it.
crazy. Don't do that. It's too hot.
Wow.
You don't like the heat. When you tell you gonna be hot, you're gonna die.
The funny thing about that is he didn't get that down south. He came up here for that.
You boys.
Yeah.
My son bought that Persian rug, but
Just to get you introductions.
shut up. My son Kevin, go ahead.
That's right. It's me, your boy. I go by the name of KG Kevin. You
Fuck
know
him.
what I do. That's what I don't give a fuck about you, right?
D-Mac, you can mute everyone else if you want.
I know. I'm just. It's better like this. Trust me. I've been hovering over the mute button for everybody for like 5 minutes.
As long as you leave that shit on comfort, son, right? Alright, cool, son.
So my name's Kevin. Obviously, I got red hair. You know, I do event planning. So if you need me, you know, AMA Event Design. You got me on IG, Facebook. You know, we got a website. Let me know. We say dumb shit out here.
My guy.
That's it. Let's keep it smooth. Nice.
Yeah, just remember he's a ginger. He don't got no soul, so
That's exactly.
we'll push past that.
Exactly.
Just accept him for who he is.
But
Right.
this smooth looking motherfucker over here in the hoodie think he gonna slide in the show and not say nothing. What's good? The button pusher, Mr. Kumai, Mr. Jake Morgan.
Yeah, he's gonna steal your wife, son. Oh, I'm just saying.
Who you talking about? Nas.
I say nothing.
Ain't mine, nigga.
Shit. Put a light on your face.
Shit, son.
There you are.
I thought it was Kavon to start with the toxicity, son. Oh my god.
I just got here. I got to listen to y'all. That's it.
You here to listen? All right, but fuck all that, bro. You get what's your mathematics, bro? Tell them who you is, bro.
My mathematics, and my name is Kumai, son, aka Jake Morgan, son. I'm known around the world. I'm international. You feel me, son? Known throughout all the colleges. I don't know why you laughing.
Bro.
Oh man, sir. Yeah, so I look forward to, you know, some healthy conversation, you know, some cool conversation, some jokes, you know. I look forward to this. This looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir. And we go the last but not least. Like I said, I always got to put my son last because he is the strongest next to D'Souza in the group. My son AZ, tell him your mathematics, bro. What's good?
How y'all doing? My name is Jonathan Tejada. I grew up out here in Brooklyn. I've known these dudes. I've known my brothers over here for what, 15, 17 years plus. So you know, I grew up here in the hood, grew up in the neighborhood, doing what we got to do. I'm in school right now. You know what I mean? It's never too late to graduate. Y'all get on your grind. Working, trying to get married to my girl. You know, provide a better life than what my parents provided for me. That's what it's all about. We here to discuss. We here to talk. And we're here to, you know, better affiliate ourselves and show our perspective to the world. So if you're, you know, you a kid from the hood, you got your group of friends, y'all don't know what y'all can and can't do. Look right here. We got a diverse squad. Everybody doing their own thing, but when it comes to it, we all here for each other. Know what I mean? So we're here to spread that positivity and deliver a good message.
They're all like minorities.
He had the best intro.
Yo, well,
because nobody cuts me out. Because nobody cuts me out.
Because nobody cuts me out.
Y'all didn't cut him off. Y'all let him spit.
It was so motivational.
That's how much weight he
It was
holds.
so
That's the
motivational.
He's cool.
I told you. That's why he went last. Bro. He's the pillar.
Like
nah, it's because he paid attention in that public speaking class. That's what happened.
That's a fact. That's a fact, right?
Public speech, public speaking and speech matter. Learning to get those heebie-jeebies out your system when it's time to talk to a group of people or knowing somebody's listening to you is important. It shows confidence. You become more attracted to females. You become more attracted to employers, bro. Keep your mind where it's supposed to be, on the money. Be on the money.
Kill streaks.
That's why I didn't do good on my speech class. I wasn't Jonathan.
Facts.
Oh, it's a Jonathan.
Facts. But like I said, this is the Sage Thought Show. I'm your host, your boy Smooth D-Mac here. If y'all don't know who I am, y'all don't know my socials. It's Smooth D-Mac on everything. TH, but the VE for today, because you know I'm saucy. I'm a Brooklyn kid, Brooklyn native, just doing what I got to do out here, driving as well. I'm a CDL driver. It is what it is. Making this money, trying to provide a better life for me and mine, and just get my shit together. I feel like personally, I'm the most broken person in this whole like group because like yo,
nah, you can't be son. We got Nietzsche, son. Fuck out of here. He broken. We got Nietzsche, son.
Nah, bro. I've had issues with my own self-confidence. I know it's crazy. As extroverted as I am, it's the truth.
This nigga lying. I don't know what the fuck this nigga talking about, son.
What's happening, son? He can't express himself in front of his family.
What?
Look at Left God's face. Look at Left Nico.
Fuck out of here, sniper. The sniper. You see with the sniper? But yeah.
Aiming at you.
Go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
It's good.
Who is that? Who's that?
Hold on, y'all. I don't mean to stop y'all. So, Mama,
Jesus,
I gotta go pick her up, but I'm gonna still be on live. I'm just gonna have to do a lot of shit right now. So
Yeah.
Yo, Louis,
just do it while you driving, bro.
Can he does it by like call? Can he do it by like call? Like he can't be in the video, but he can still be in it.
He can call
He
it.
can stop video and he'll still be here.
Just drive the text, motherfucker.
Yo, bro, just put your headphones on and pay attention to the road, my dude.
And mute yourself.
And just mute yourself. And matter of fact,
Nah, that's authenticity. Don't mute shit.
Nah, hell no. I don't want to. Hell no.
I don't want to hear no wind in the background.
He got something that can hold his phone. Yo, just put that shit on the car, bro. You be alright. We gonna see you gonna be able to talk. Hands free.
You still eating?
My son got a whole.
That was the first course, bro. Now the vegetables came off the grill. Corn, tostones, all that.
Goddamn fresh pack. But yes, yo, it's the host with the most doing it for the views, doing it for y'all, doing it for everybody getting it out here. Smooth D-Mac.
All right, yo. Let's get this show on the road. Some of us got work.
That's a fact. So our first topic of today, and probably our only topic because there's mad motherfuckers in this goddamn chat. Y'all niggas is wilding. But it is, what is your personal definition of manhood, or what does it mean to you to be a man, right? And I give each and everybody some time to think about it and come up with their own, we're going to hear from them. But I'm going to let Mr. Edward go first because this motherfucker actually works overnight and he got to get some rest because he don't fucking sleep. So I need him to get some sleep because he's driving a bus. I don't need him to kill nobody. So go ahead.
Kill everybody.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
I had to work no to avoid this guy's buzz.
That's that essential worker
I
life.
ain't gonna kill anybody. I'm gonna kill everybody.
There you go.
Yo, you either do it all, don't do it at all, B. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So the question is, what's my definition of a man?
Yes, sir.
To be honest, my definition of a man is whatever you think it is, because that shit changes depending on your lifestyle, your circumstances, and the times you live in. Back in the day, a man did all the work, but he really didn't have to worry about what was going on in the house because as long as he was providing, he was good. That shit is not the case now because of the economy and just because of the way women are now. Women are way more independent. So that whole just make sure you making money thing ain't really cutting no more. So honestly, as long as you providing for yourself and your family, whatever that entails, and you doing right by your peoples, that's what a man is to me. what might work for you might not work for me. So I can't tell you less of a man just because you're not doing what I'm doing. So yeah, as long as you the gist of it, as long as you providing for you and yours, you holding shit down, you that pillar that holds together. Because as a man, everything is gonna fall on your shoulders. It's always your fault. It's always gonna be, even when it don't got nothing to do with you. It's your fault. That's just how it goes. And being that we're not as emotional creatures as females, we have to make those decisive decisions, and we always got to keep a clear head. And we are the head. We have to lead the herd, basically. So as long as you on your shit, taking care of you and yours, you a man in my eyes.
You said something, bro, that I wanna pinpoint and just have you elaborate a little bit on. You mentioned how now men need to do more than just provide bread, than just to go to work. They need to do more work in the home, and they need to be more present in their at-home life.
Especially,
I want you just to elaborate a little bit on that, because I think that's really important.
Well, back in the day, like I said, men go to work. That was your job. Like, just go to work. As long as these bills is paid, them lights is on, everything else ain't really your problem. It was the women that cooked and cleaned and made sure the kids was fed and went to school and all that. But a lot of things has changed. First of all, with today's economy, unless you a ball player or some type of doctor or lawyer, some high-paying ass job, shit, I think my job pay high enough, and I'm still sitting here like, nah. You alone, more than likely, ain't gonna be able to just handle the finances. And since y'all have to split the finances, the woman that used to be able to stay at home and make sure everything else get taken care of, more than likely got to go work too. So that means you have to split the things that she normally would do, since she's helping you out financially. If you and your girl are both working and y'all providing and doing what you're supposed to do, you can't just rely on her to make sure the food is cooked and the kids is taken care of and the house is cleaned and all that. You need more than that. And on top of that, not knocking any females, but a lot of these females these days, they don't know how to do none of that shit anyway. I mean, girls I ran across can't fucking cook, don't know how to clean, work for damn, about as dumb as a sack of rocks. So it's all like, you gotta make sure.
Oh my God.
You gotta make sure you the full package, because back in the day it was more of a like, look, I do this, you do this. It was like designated. Like the women do this, the guy does this.
So
but now
there were
everything's
roles.
topsy-turvy. So you gotta be like a full wheel. You gotta be able to do it all. Hopefully you find somebody that can help you balance it out. But just in case, you need all them skills out here to survive today.
Does anybody have any opposing views to anything that he said? Anything he said that didn't sit well with you? Anything that he brought up that you're like, nah, that's wrong? We all kind of on the same page with him, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But he kind of like nailed the.
Wait,
any voices,
hold on. If somebody poses a question, one at a time, because just then that one at a time.
Yeah, anybody got, please. I'm all for it. I love talking. So
I got one thing. So basically, just paraphrase a little bit. Your whole thing about manhood is pretty much arbitrary in the sense of it depends on the person. It's what works for you, as long as you out here doing right by, you say yourself, doing right by yourself, your family, whatever the means are. Yeah, the people you care about, whatever the means are, it don't matter.
By whatever means. I mean, I would want you to try to do, the best you can, but like, for example, I know some people like, all right, they had a bad upbringing. Parents used to abuse them on the streets by the time they was 12, 13, start getting involved in things like selling drugs, get caught. Once you catch that felony case, having certain jobs is like out of the picture. Not necessarily out of the picture, but it's hard. But I know some people that took that drug money, flipped it, bought a house, bought another house, started, you start wherever you start from, as long as you, but at the end of the day, they made sure that the people that they care for, they were straight. And I feel like as a man, that kind of is your job. You can't really say you a full-fledged man and everybody taking care of you. You ain't a man in my eyes. You got to stand on your own 2 feet.
I feel that.
But everybody can't go about it the same way. We all ain't going to be doctors, lawyers. Not everybody going to get to go to college or the good schools and all that. But as long as you make a way, the best way you can, then I can't knock you for it. It might not be my cup of tea, but I can't knock you for it.
So let me chime in here a little bit.
Yeah.
Which one?
Nah, get Vaughn. Get Leb.
Okay. So yeah, I just want to chime in here a little bit. I agree with pretty much a lot of things he said. I just want to elaborate a little bit. So pretty much being a man to me is just having those basic survival skills. So what she touched upon. So having those basic survival skills, and I want to I know for a personal fact, a lot of these guys in this room have survival skills that are highly tuned, and that's the reason why I definitely could look up to them and say, yeah, that's a man. Yeah, we can aspire to that. One being Mr. D'Souza being in the Army, because he has honed his survival skills. Oh, sorry, Marines, my bad. Marines, and said he has honed his survival skills, to its utmost quality, because if you could drop him in the middle of anywhere. It doesn't matter. He has skills to provide for him and his family. I don't have to ever worry about him ever for anything, ever. Same with AZ. I don't really have to say anything. He got it. Right? He knows how to survive. And those survival skills also have to do with money and banking. Those survival skills have to do with just how you treat other people. Basically, if I can go with Nietzsche and we can socialize anywhere and get anywhere without any difficulty, because he has those skills, those social skills that are universal. So that's what separates boys and men. Boys don't have those social skills that are unique everywhere. Boys can only do that in their room, or in this
They can only survive in a unique niche, one environment, and then once they're removed from that environment, it's like, oh shit, now what?
Yo, Kevin, I hate you, Kevin. I'm sorry, son. I hate you, bro.
Yeah, I know this nigga laughing.
I didn't even see what he's doing.
This nigga said, fuck me.
I didn't even hear him.
Nah, you wrote it in the chat, little dickhead.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Kevin wiping his mouth?
Yeah. But so there's different qualities about each and every one in this room, including myself. There's even if you don't, I went to college, but if people didn't go to college, like that, I know people who, some guys here drive, right? That's a skill that not everyone has, especially driving for a long period of time, and especially without having any accidents for a long period of time. That is a skill. That is a very universal skill that a lot of people would need. People don't see how important driving is, especially driving on a timely manner. Like the book tells you about 2 hours, something like that, 3 hours. Drivers is on there for 10, 15 hours sometimes. Just to provide an example. Boys can't do that. Just like mentally and physically, they can't. A girl cannot do that. A woman might be able to do that. It's a big difference in terms of also level of possibility.
I'm glad you made that distinction between girls and women. Thank you for that.
I'm glad you covered your ass, boy.
I want to be like, hold on now.
You saw how everybody moved,
dodging them bullets. Hold on, son.
Fucking Neo in the Matrix head ass.
Yo, I want to chime in though. I want to chime in too. He made a great interesting point also in the mentality when it comes to emotion. Because that's something that we all raise. I can say that a lot of people around our time, for our period too, in our generation, we didn't really get raised when it comes to our emotion. We was like, especially as a dude, like you can't have a dude, like it wasn't like taboo for a guy to be like stress and cry, but it was one of those things where it's like if things are too overbearing, it's like you can't. It's like you're preventing me to be human. You know what I mean? Like I can't have that moment, just like that one sign of like, release. Maybe that one day.
Yeah, it was like you could do it, but it had to be behind closed doors. It was like nobody had to know about it.
You can't show that.
Bro, I've definitely messed
weakness.
up parts of my body doing dumb shit, and my pops or my uncles have come up to me as a young boy said, "Men don't cry. Suck that up."
Yeah. And me personally. Go ahead.
No. You got it, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like me personally, I feel like that also like that mentality when it comes to dudes, like I feel like it should change. It could hold better weight because it gives you a whole open perspective.
Mentality.
Yeah. It gives you a whole
Barbaric.
fucking like perspective on certain things because it's like, yo, man, like, why can't I have a moment where it's like I can cry or like, yeah, you know, like a dude can't like flowers or some shit like that, you know what I mean? And still be like macho and still take care. Why can't I be like that pure leader, which is also true what Ed said and everybody else said, where it's like I need to be a leader and be put in different type of environments where I know that I could be like good in. But then there's gonna be times where it's like I am gonna get my ass kicked. And I know there's mad times that like everyone I can like say that you've been in positions where either emotionally, physically, maybe financially, y'all got your ass kicked. And it was like one of those moments where it was
See,
like,
but being
damn,
a
man, I wish I could.
doesn't mean you're
I could
Yeah.
vouch for that.
right. But
Like,
being a man doesn't mean you're invincible. Oh
Yeah.
Yo, that's
Like-
a
like-
fact. And
Like-
we're made
like-
out to be. We're made
Being
out
a
to
man
be
doesn't
invincible.
mean you're invincible because they try to paint that society will try to paint that picture like, you know, all men are just like bulletproof fucking shields, like nothing phases us. That's really not it. And it's sad because I'm 26 now. I'm just now learning that shit because just like how Kevin said, like men don't cry, and like my father, the way he raised me, oh nah, emotions, that. Like
Emotions don't exist, bro.
I'm pretty sure everyone here in this party has probably had a moment where it was like you was about to like, you know, just let the floodgates down, and a parent said, yeah, you better stop that now before I give you something to
Something to
cry
cry about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Word up,
Actually,
word up.
you
You see,
said
but like
something
now,
about that.
think about how damaging that really is as an adult. Right now, we're going into like really toxic situations. You know, we're trying to like live our lives, and now we don't know how to process these things.
Exactly.
Whatever, like it could be something minuscule or something huge. You don't know where to go now. You have no release.
Yeah.
Like people just get
You
stuck
know,
there.
I'm really glad.
Just even.
I'm really glad y'all touched on that.
I wanna add something
If I
to
may.
it.
Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead. I'll go after you. Go ahead, bro.
I want to add something to that. I agree with what Nietzsche said about, like, you know, that how we all go through our ups and downs. It's true, but the other thing is we're not expected to go through our ups and downs because one, we're not too sure if we're making the right move. Sometimes some moves is wise, sometimes it's stupid. But the thing is, you're never sure until you actually make that decision, because at the end of the day, the decision is on your own. Once you make that decision, you will find your results. Nobody could tell you you can find your results. It's only you that, like, and the old thing that people always say is how you say to yourself, me, myself, and I. Those are those three things you gotta understand. It's you, yourself, and your other half of yourself. Nobody could tell you.
Let him rock.
Finish your thought.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so like you can't always expect somebody to give you the answers. No, the only way you can find the answer is by you alone have to find out yourself.
Well, you know what, Lewis? I honestly have to disagree with you on that because, like you say, it to a certain degree, it is you yourself and, you know, your other half, as you put it. But like again, being a man don't make you invincible, and also being a man don't mean you can't make the wrong decisions. Like, and you have to understand that as a man, I am going to fuck up. I'm going to fail.
I 100%.
What makes you a man is being able to say, "Listen, I took this L, but staying down, I'm gonna get back up." And understanding that life is not is nothing but lessons. It's nothing but lessons. You're gonna fall, but just being a man don't mean you have to do everything alone. Sometimes being a man is understanding that, listen, I need help. It takes a real man to say, I need help. A little boy is gonna try to keep doing it on his own and keep fucking up, not knowing what he's doing. A real man is gonna say, listen, I don't have the answers, so let me go find somebody that do. That honestly takes more courage sometimes than just doing it on your own.
Real facts. Hold on. Az, you was gonna say something, bro?
Yeah, I want to say I'm real glad that we touched on the subject of come on now. We were touching on the subject of men not being able to be vulnerable, because I feel like it doesn't get enough attention, but men commit suicide and suffer from heart disease and depression at a higher rate I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but we do. And the reason why is because we choose and we're taught to bottle that shit up when we shouldn't. That's why I'm so proud of my group and my circle and who I got here. Because when I have my tough days and I don't know what to do as an individual, as the, you know, I say as a man, when I'm falling, when I lose my home, or, you know, when things happen, I need to relocate. I know that I can fall back on my circle. I can fall back on the men in this chat right now and say, hey, yo, I fucked up. Here's what's going on. What do you think? Shit like that's important, and it's not highlighted enough. It's okay to have friends. It's okay, yeah, but a support group, someone that can understand what you're going through, someone that can be there for you to vocalize your emotions. Because, yeah, as a dude, you want to hold some things, and you don't got to share everything. But certain situations in life, like how Ed was saying, is too much, and you shouldn't have to suffer that by yourself. It's important to be able to, in Spanish, the term is desahogarte, like to just release your emotions,
release it,
let them out.
Yeah.
Holding it in too long will be toxic eventually. You'll start being snappy with people. Your health will decline. It's a serious issue that as men and as boys, we ourselves as a gender, well, yeah, fuck it. Us as a gender, we need to focus in on and really be there for each other. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're about. It doesn't matter what your preferences are, who you are, whether you believe in religion or not, whether you work hard or not. When it comes down to it, support is free. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, is that a juice box?
Uplift other men.
Hold on.
This man Kevin's son.
This motherfucker
Kevin is the hurricane in this video right now, bro.
Because I was muted. I mute myself. I win. I got myself a juice box for me and Addy, son.
Yo,
I went back to my seat.
You don't gotta explain yourself. Real quick.
Y'all just jealous of my juice box.
On the real though, from what I'm hearing through the conversation so far, everybody trying to just, you know, vocalizing their opinions and us trying to solidify it as information amongst ourselves. Responsibility sounds like the biggest thing that we all agree on as to what makes a man. You're responsible for yourself, for your family.
Yeah.
Taking that on and being present for your people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who it is. That's why I always encourage being selective as to who's in your circle and surrounding yourself with people that can both be like-minded and be completely against your thought process, because those are the people that will give you the best advice and will guide you in the best direction. You'll be able to bounce your ideas and your experiences off of them and be able to grow and learn off of that. That's what I get from my group. That's why I'm so selective as to who I let be a sage and who we let into this group that we got here. Because there's different people that have been in this group, other men, that at the end of the day, I wish them well, but ultimately they couldn't function. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't function with us. And also,
for president
when you give somebody
2021.
advice, they need to take the initiative as well. Because you can come to me saying that you want something as much, you know, that you need help. And if me and Josh and Dion come through and help you out, and then you choose not to do that, then at a certain point, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go off the cliff on your own.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be in the car with you.
Hold on, Lou. Yo, Crusher, I'm gonna get to you real quick, but I want to hear from Storm, son. You've been mighty quiet in the corner over there. What's good?
I was just listening, but I want to say I'm gonna talk about to be met from now, not back in the past, but now.
Yeah.
Like right now, to be a man is more of a term where like any man or woman can use it, but you know that. A woman can say, yeah, be a man, be honest. Be honest. You can't really say, oh, I lied and that made me a man. That makes no sense. Like, to be a man, you need to be honest. You be straight with yourself, because society puts people at a certain extent. And to be a man, you must follow those to a certain extent. But also be, like, true to yourself. Because when men are always true to themselves. They're not true because of anybody else. They don't be anybody for them, maybe because of themselves. Like, for example, like, I always wanted to be a computer programmer. That didn't work out, and it doesn't really pay well or that quick like doctors. So I had to think of my future. It's like, you know what? I'm going to suck this up, and this is what I need to do. Men, they see the future and say, I need to do this. I need to get this down so I can prepare to help others and help myself. I help my crew. I help my family. Like, when men do what we do, like men and women, whoever, to be a man, what you do is you take care of yourself and able to take care of others, but you also don't lie to yourself. You don't lie to others.
Good shit. That's good. I like that.
Yo, the first thing he said was take care of yourself. The first thing he said was take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
I like
if
that.
you can't
Yeah,
handle
you
your own
can't take
house,
care
if
of
you can't
family.
clean your
You can't
room, you
take care
can't
of
change the
yourself.
world.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna Crusher. Give me 1 second. I got you, bro. I'm gonna just say one thing. Storm, that was very, very important as a perspective because you said the one thing that nobody said yet. You have to be honest with yourself. That right there is the biggest part of humans of our society that people do not understand and they don't want to take of it as a concept. Being honest. If you know your parents are pieces of shit and it's disrespectful to call your parents a pieces of shit, don't lie. You just don't gotta tell nobody. You don't gotta say, "Oh damn," you don't gotta tell nobody, but be honest. If they like, be honest with yourself.
All right, we'll keep it 100. Out of everybody in this chat right now, how often are y'all 100% honest with yourself? For real.
You have to
How
do
often
it
do you lie to yourself?
all the time, bro.
That's
that's a yeah.
You know what?
Like,
Hold on.
You have to force yourself to do that, bro. Like that's like
Yeah.
the more you
I
do it,
I just lied right now.
That's a fact. Y'all are all
I
lying.
just said I'm honest all the time, and that's not true. Yeah, no, you're right.
All 9 of y'all just lied. All 9 of y'all just lied.
You're right.
How often are you really honest? Like, even beyond being a man, just as a human being, it's like we're fundamentally programmed to lie to ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Nah,
exactly.
I just fell into the hole right now. He hit the
on that
on the
shit,
head.
That's part of the reason why it was so hard for everybody to fucking stay their ass home because they couldn't deal with them fucking selves. It was like, yo, shit, I can't deal with my own shit. I need to get out and get distracted. I need to go to a movie theater. I need to go to a restaurant because I can't deal with fucking me.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Enemy is always yourself.
Yo, it's not hard to deal with me because I've been on my, I've had those moments where I've been by myself and it's like, fuck. Like, you got to answer some hard questions with yourself. I can't keep doing these things.
Honestly, you become honest with yourself when you hit fucking rock bottom, and I mean you really hit rock bottom.
So, like you ever hear those sayings? Was like you got to fail first. You gotta hit rock bottom before you can actually freaking start again. Like shit got to go real wrong for you to like get a wake up call, and that's I feel a lot of people in society are learning that shit like right now. Like,
and they also have to learn, like,
plus we're also pressured by
wrong.
the world to lie to ourselves.
Of course,
because it's like, think about it. You be wanting to be a certain way, and then you walk outside, like just using the example. Let's just say you like paper clips, like that's just your thing. You walk outside, and half the world is screaming. If you like paper clips, suck a dick, and then you just all like, ooh. Well,
exactly.
I agree with you there.
Let me chime in here.
But you know, hold it. You love that shit.
Hold it. Kavon, I got you. Crusher, go ahead, bro. What you was gonna say?
Yes. Ed brought up a good point about like, and it touches on like my definition of being a man. It's not necessarily so much as like survival. It's about the individual, you know. I'm basically, when it comes to that, what he was touching on, how society puts these like, yeah, if you like paper clips, eat a dick, you know, being a man to me is staying true to yourself, like we Storm started talking about, and that involves putting yourself in situations that might be questionable to your group, whether it's the group you work with, the group you grew up with. For me, being a man is being able to let everything go for your betterment, despite how you feel about anyone, whether it's a relationship, no matter what it is. So just to do what's best for you, you know what I mean? Because you gotta come first, regardless of, in my opinion, regardless of your family and all that. Because you can't take care of your
Can I push that a
family.
little further, bro? Can I ask you a question to push that just a little further? Because
Yeah.
I feel like you hit a mountaintop just now, bro. When you said that that you need to drop everything to be true to you. You know, I'm 27 now, and it took me a long
Gotta be willing to go
time
against the grain.
It took
to
me
find
too,
out
same.
who.
Yeah.
Hold on, to find out who I am. You feel me? So if we got, let's say we have young men, you know what I'm saying, 15, 16, 13, listening to the podcast, trying to find out what can they do to better themselves to become a man. How would you encourage somebody on that path to self-discovery? How would you assist them, or just give them, you know, breadcrumbs to help them find that key within themselves? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how would you define that? How would you go about that?
I would, first of all, people when they see me when they walk around, my posture, they already know, like, oh, that's a man. Like there's an energy about someone who's about their shit. Every one of us know that. You know, but so when a teenager sees someone like me or someone like Dion just confident, they're gonna be like, I wonder how. So I would go to him and I would I just basically say, man, like just take a step back from your relationships with people. Just take a step back. The people that get offended or try to give you like shit about it, they're not your friends. Secondly, the ones that you push away, if you have to push them away, if they still hit you up saying they care, they hope you're doing all right, those are the people that's a good sign that they might be in your life for a while. You know what I mean? They might help build you. If you feel like, if you ever go out somewhere you feel like, you know, sad or just bad about something, like, and you have to hang out with your friends, you shouldn't be hanging around them. There's pinpoint who that is. It might be the whole group. I mean, that's how you just do what you want to do. And be honest with them. You know, tell them if you know that you're going to do something that they don't like, but it's better for you to do it, go ahead and do it. Let them know you're going to do it if you have to, or let them know that you did do that. You know, that's what it is. Like that's a really hard thing to do, especially with how our generation was brought up. I'm only speaking from like a perspective that I know, of course, because I was brought up in like, you know, treat others how you want to be treated type of thing. The world's not going to treat you like that. The other people they're going to treat you. Yeah.
AZ, if you don't mind me answering that question as well.
Go right ahead, bro. Absolutely.
You said
we'll for the discourse.
What would I tell to the youth like that's coming into manhood, basically, right?
Yeah,
I would
absolutely.
basically tell them, I'll sit them down and say, listen, first and foremost, life in every sense of the word is a bitch. You're gonna go through a lot, and you're gonna, and especially as a man, you're gonna, I mean, just keep it 100. This isn't everyone's case, but really, you're gonna take more L's than W's, because that's just how it goes. Life is a motherfucker. It chews you up and spits you out. And being that you're a man, they're gonna come at you harder because you supposed to be able to take it. That's how they looking at it. Whatever life throws at you, you automatically, just because you have a penis between your legs, you got to be able to stand. I don't care, deal with it. And you're gonna go through things. Your emotions is gonna run, but it's like bro was saying. Sometimes it's okay to just take a step back, talk to your inner self, find out the type of man you are and who you want to be, and strive for that. Only make moves if your heart in it. Quoting Biggie on that, but that's a real fact. If your heart
to BK, homie. Word to BK.
If your heart's not in it, don't. Right. If your heart's not in it, don't do it. Don't let nobody talk you into doing it. Don't let nobody take advice, but don't let nobody pressure you into anything. And also, as a man, it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to make a decision, and no one is gonna be on your side. Not your mother, not your father, not your brothers, not your homies, not your girl, not anyone. But if you know this is the right decision, and that's how you feel in your heart, you take that shit.
The only person taking care of yourself is yourself.
Right, you take that shit. As a man, you're gonna have to crawl through the mud sometimes, man. But you're gonna be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Just stay 10 toes. Stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody change you. Don't let nobody break you. Don't ever fold.
Big facts. Yeah. Big facts. Hold that. All right, Joe.
I want to add to it. I should just got cut off. Hold on.
That dude's cutting out.
We'll come back to you, bro. We'll come back to you. Don't worry about it.
Yo, Lewis, we're gonna come to you. Hold on a second, real quick. Hold on. Come on. I do want to hear from Mr. Button Pusher, the bitch ass motherfucker in his car listening to everything. You gotta say something. It's your turn, motherfucker. You thought we was gonna skip you? You thought you were gonna be in the back of the class?
He said, listen.
Bitch ass.
They told me that men ain't shit, all right? That's what they told me. All right?
Oh, man.
But so being a man to me, son, it's just more so of, it's removing the biases that were like instilled in us as we were growing up. Like a lot of shit that we were programmed how to function. Like a lot of you guys said, your father figures, you know, all the siblings, whatever, they'll tell you, yo, don't feel. Whereas I feel like men feel just as much as women. Women just tend to wear it on their sleeve. Men are just mainly told to bottle it up. But it's just more so, you just have to, and y'all said it, y'all said it, so I'm reiterating, you know, it's being true to yourself, it's knowing who you are, knowing who you want to be, and doing what you have to do now, you know, so you can reach that state later, you know? You don't have to do it later.
But more so deciding who you want to be, because people don't even know who they are.
Right.
Who they are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm 25 years old. I have no idea who I am.
Right.
I have no idea
I went to
who I
college
wanna
for 4 years, yo. And I went to, same thing with Storm. I went to college for 4 years, and I was like, yo, I wanted to be a computer programmer. I did okay in it, but I couldn't see myself programming for hours like that. I'm like, this shit is fucking boring. So I ended up switching over to music business. So I know a lot more about that side. I'm an audio engineer. I produce. I do all of that shit. And I'm actually happy. Like, I now realize who I wanted to be now in 2020. You know,
thank you, COVID.
Myself, Kavod, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll put this down right now for anyone who's listening to the podcast, where we're not talking about like as an individual, we're talking about a society. Like, for example, if you know a person or a guy or a girl that does this, well, we're not talking about the individual. We're talking about as society deems what a man should be.
That's not,
your personal examples to validate. I see you.
I like that. I like that. I'm gonna let Kavon go, and then I'm gonna jump in. All right, but so Lab, go ahead, spit your shit.
All right, so but pretty much what I want to say, and that kind of ties into what everybody else is saying about family and your history. Your actual history does define who you are going to be as a man. I mean, genetically, your whole genetic makeup. You might not believe what I'm saying right now, but trust me, if you go back to generations and look at what your father did, and look what your grandfather did, and look what his grandfather did, right? And see what type of man they were, you're gonna realize, oh shit, why am I feeling this way about this thing? I'm like, oh shoot, my grandfather was a this, that, and the third. My grandfather was a farmer, so that's why I feel more connected to this. You didn't even know, because no one had to tell you. You know, that thing that we can't describe that's inside of you, right? You can find out through your history, through your mom's history, through your dad's history, you know? And that is also a personality trait. I know some people might be like, oh, this guy he's on his African shit, right? He's just, you know, he's smoking some shit, you know, and he's saying some tribal shit right now, right? Exactly. But let me tell you, it's so real. It's so real, especially for you know, people of every heritage, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Your history plays a
hell yeah, boy. Matrix, boy.
Yo,
I agree with him.
Of every.
Let me speak for a second. Yeah, I agree with you, Kavon, but there's also the opposite case where a person's history will dictate the reverse, where they'll go, I know that like this is like a thing within my family. Like my father did this, my grandfather did this. I'm gonna make sure I'm the one that doesn't.
Right, I agree with you because if let's say for an example, I like that example. So you say, oh, I know there's a history of abuse in my family. So now, but you have to know that in order to combat it. Once you know that, you can then say, oh, I need to know what I need to work on because this is hereditary. This is not something that I need help with. Back to what Ed was saying, you don't know that you need help until you get to that bottom point. But what you can do is, if you understand your history, you'll understand that you know you're gonna need help with something way before you hit bottom. You know, and that's what calling being smart is. Because okay, I know in my family I have diabetes, right? So I need to go to a specialist that deals with this type of hereditary disease because I know my lineage deals with this. So now, because my lineage ate a certain way, I should eat that certain way because they didn't have this thing. This is a new thing because I'm in America or I'm in a different part of the world, and I'm eating these things, and now I'm getting sick, and I don't know why. You don't know why because you don't know your history. And you can trace, and you can trace that back and be like, hey, you know, you could do a DNA test, ancestry. You can go back to here and say, and pinpoint the location of where your history was and go, these people ate like this for a reason. So I'm already predisposed to genetic build. You know, I'm already predisposed to this one and that thing. So your mind, your chromosomes, your mind, your DNA, your cells is going to speak to you a different way. You know, and that's also being true to yourself.
But that doesn't only apply to men, though. That applies to
It does not. It does not. It does not. It does not. I'm not saying this is just for men, but you know, I'm not saying right. I'm not saying this is just for men at all.
I just wanted to get on that one. I was. This is more based on an individual rather than just as a man.
Yeah,
so,
I would say.
I'm going to say it's important, but I think you're going to branch off the topic. That
I mean, listen,
we're
the reason why I'm bringing this together, because if man, woman, child, right? How do you? Let me ask you this: how would you know that? How would you know anything about yourself if you have no guidance? You have no father. Some people is born in this world, no father, no mother. How someone gonna tell you to be a man and nobody was there for you? It's an impossible question that people have to deal with, right? Yeah. So at least I'm saying go back and you can find your history and your people, and you can emulate yourself after your people and your history. So I'm coming back to that individual. At least that's a starting point to where that manhood can try to derive from. You know what I'm saying? This is what your people did.
I see what you're saying. Right.
I want to add something to what Kavon's saying too. I think he touches something really important with knowing your history, knowing where you come from. Like, just to use myself as a personal example, y'all know me real well. During my first years in college, I was
fat motherfucker.
God damn!
I was called a tank. I was called a tank because I could drink my ass off and I'll drink everybody, and I thought that shit was cool. So that made me more of a man. When it did the exact opposite, it let me put my blindfolds up and not face the truth in that mirror. So when I came home one day and I was able to, I'm blessed enough to speak to my father. I was able to speak to him and I say, "Yo, I've been drinking a lot and I don't know what's up with me." You know what I'm saying? That's where I found out, just to tie in Kavon's thing, I found out that my family has a history of alcoholism. All of my uncles, aside from my mother's side of the family, all my uncles, my great uncles, my grandmother's one of 13. All her brothers are dead. What did they pass from? Alcoholism. So I'm sitting here thinking it's just, I'm just that dude. When in reality, when I took a step back and looked at my family history, just like Kavon's saying, that came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It came from somewhere. My family, my father didn't graduate college. I haven't graduated yet. My mother graduated. My sister became a professional immediately. You look to your aunts and your uncles. Look to the other cells, the other households near you. See how the history repeats itself from generation to generation. And even and to tie into what D'Souza has said, just seeing it isn't enough. You need to be resolute and go and fighting against it. You know what I'm saying? You need to be resolute in wanting to change that history so that the person that comes after you, when they look back, the previous generation was successful. The previous generation accomplished the goals that they set out to accomplish. You can make it specific and say that's what it means to be a man. But just like Kavon was saying as well, anyone can apply that to their life. Anyone can take it and try to better themselves for themselves and for the people around them.
We're born.
Push that rock a little further.
I want to hear from
There's
D.
another side of that coin.
Yeah, it's your turn, yo.
We
have waiting.
I want to hear Dion.
Listen. This is what I'm here for. The host applies to let y'all.
Motherfucker.
But peep game, y'all. So I personally want to do this because I was at a low point mentally. Right, I was at a low point mentally where I was caught in a rift. I didn't know what the fuck I want, and it's funny because tying back to what Kavon said and what D'Souza said and what AZ said, it goes back to generations of just the mentalities and the things that you are brought up with. I was caught in the murkiness of being indecisive because my father's been indecisive. Right, my father didn't do things on schedule. He didn't have a schedule. He didn't have discipline. So genetically, embedded in me is laziness, procrastination, lack of discipline. Embedded in me off rip. Right? Same shit. Right? So COVID allowed me to take a step back and go, damn, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck am I doing this? Right? And I had a conversation with my man Ed down there because Ed is my fucking saving grace sometimes because he always is there to punch me in the face and go, motherfucker, what are you doing? Pick something, bitch. Stop being lazy. Like, pick something, motherfucker. Like, you like apples, go get some apples. Why are you being lazy? So this is why it's therapy. This is my fault. I'm being selfish, and this is my therapy, getting it out, motherfuckers. Yes. Not just hell yeah.
Me and Dion have a saying, bro.
It's
Sometimes
alright.
you need to hear what you already know.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need to hear what you already
Get
know,
Dion
bro.
back.
real thing.
I'm gonna get this move on back. I'm gonna go get some noodles one day in a party, and then
All right. But yeah. Speaking on the topic and speaking on the subject. So yeah, like I said, that was my mental rock bottom, because financially I was doing what I needed to do. My mental affected my emotions because it affected my relationship, because I've been in a long-term relationship that was stagnant, and I created that. And I had to realize and come to that realization that, I created that environment of just fucking stale and no progress.
Being honest with yourself.
Exactly. Being honest with myself and realizing like, I created that. Like, my girl held me down while I was bullshitting, because like I said before, and from the very beginning, I feel like I'm the most broken person in this group. Because
anybody here can relate to that though? Because bro, like I just went through the same thing. Like I'm actively rebuilding myself right now. Like I feel like we all just hit the same wall. You're not alone, bro. For real. You're not alone.
Never alone.
That's
Never alone.
crazy, B. That's
You're not
crazy.
the only one with emotions. You're not the only one doing the same thing,
Wait,
bro.
hold on. What are we agreeing to right now? What are we agreeing to? That
we felt like Dion felt.
That the COVID let him see that he's been fucking up. That he's the one that needs to benefit himself.
One thing real quick. Ed didn't feel that because Ed is a trailblazer. This motherfucker is hi-ho, gung-ho, ready for the war. He didn't stop. And this is why I came to him, because he's smiling and shit. I see him down there. I'm giving him his props. I'm shoving him his roses, because without him, I wouldn't realize that I need to fucking push that rock up that mountain. Because as my friend, because Nietzsche is over in North Carolina, Crusher, you over in the West Coast, Storm is over in Queens, Kavon is up in the Qs, Kumai, I barely hear from this motherfucker. Me and AZ run through the same circles. Lewis is doing Lewis things. COVID didn't stop Lewis from grinding. He's steadily grinding. So it was like, damn, Ed was the only one looking at me like, yo, boy, what the fuck are you doing? And he questioned me, and I had to realize and come to that realization like, yo, bro, I created my own personal hell, so I got to get out of it, right? So for me, like I said before, being a man for me, I'm gonna keep it real simple, is like basic principles: discipline, honesty, and resolve, right? And I'm gonna elaborate on each one of them.
Resolve is the biggest thing. If I could touch on that for a moment.
Yeah.
Can I chime in real quick?
Hold on. I want to add a little thing to being a man. Just a quick moment. Another thing I noticed, it's just me. A lot of people refuse to make sacrifice. A lot of people refuse to make sacrifice.
All right. Yo, Lou.
Your service is betraying you, bro.
Yo, Lewis, I heard you though. My son was saying that.
You sound like a refrigerator. Yo, Lewis, I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta take a back seat and just listen, bro, because your mic is betraying you. But I heard you. What Lewis was saying is that the sacrifice is being willing to accept sacrifice and loss, and being and recognizing for what it is. Just like what Ed said, the same thing is. We just saying it in different ways. Being able to take that L.
It's that resolve, man.
You gotta take that L.
Take that L. The L, we can't just call it an L. That L is something that you've always wanted sometimes, that thing you've been hoping and wishing for. And then you realize
that epiphany, that realization.
Yeah, that realization that you gotta take that L and you gotta cause that L for yourself so you can find yourself.
You got people that's coming and refusing to take that L.
Yo, Lou, take that back seat, bro. Take the back seat, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta take the L right now.
I'm gonna say something, bro. I'm gonna say something for the viewers that's watching this. Don't get it twisted when we say take that L. It doesn't always have to be negative when you have to say take that loss. You can take that L and that L can just be a lesson. Like lesson is still spelled with an L. You gotta
That's
take
what that L is.
Yeah.
That's
Take
what that L is
lesson.
because there's
You
no
take that
loss.
lesson. Yeah, there's no losing.
Never be
You not losing as long as you still on this earth breathing. You not losing. You still learning.
And you take a L, quote unquote. You already won. What you talking about? You took a step forward, man. You got on the next
You're still here. Yeah, you're still here, and you're still pushing.
I took an L recently, bro.
Hold on, Izzy. Go ahead, Kumar.
A lot of people have a fear of failure, so they don't ever want to start some shit. You know, and that shit will definitely hold you back. It's detrimental to your health, to your mental health, all of that. Like, it'll bring you all the way down. So that L, like, a lot of the most successful people on this planet, I don't care who you name, they lost a lot more than we saw before we saw them up. You can talk to the biggest people. You can talk to the Bezos. You can talk to the Jay-Z. You can talk to the Kanye. You can talk to the Steve Jobs. They lost a lot before they got where they were. Even and not even to say anything about our president, but even that motherfucker went. You know, he went bankrupt like 6 or 7 times or some shit. Like you're gonna lose a lot. That is too expected, but it's just how you bounce back from it.
Yeah, life is a motherfucker. That's what I said.
Let me get one thing in.
Go ahead, come on.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say is actual skill, because being a man, we're equating that to the skills that you have, right? So an actual skill that can help all of us with timing and stuff like that is literally to write it down. So when Dion was saying, being lazy and stuff like that, you're not lazy. You just don't have the skill yet to remind yourself that you need to do certain things. And back to my heritage thing, what my mom does, who is a businesswoman to the day, right? She has a planner. She has a planner from 94 for me, right? She has a planner. Everything that she's ever done in her entire life is in those planners from 94 till now. She can't go without it. And I had to adopt that style because if my goal is to lose weight, I have to write down what I ate that day. If I forget what I wrote down I ate that day, or if I forget I'm going to the gym today, it's not going to get done. If I'm doing music,
what Kavon's a rich bastard.
Right. I know. My son never missing no meals,
don't
boy.
make sense.
Look at this motherfucker. He ain't never missing no meals, boy.
Never. He writing them shits down, boy.
Yeah,
he planning for tomorrow.
Why you think he not eating now? Because he ate already. Yeah, planned meals.
My son got called out, son. I do have planned meals. Thank you for Crystal, son. Thank God for Crystal.
Oh, shout out to Crystal. Shout out to
Thank God. Thank God.
Yo.
So let me steal this real quick.
Hold on. Because I'm about to
go ahead.
bow out. It's been a pleasure, but I gotta be the
you
one
up
at 1 in the morning.
man, you take it easy, brother.
Shit, fam. Be safe.
All right, later night.
And I'm gonna be
bias.
next Saturday, right? We doing this every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So look, can
we gonna skip the intro?
That's like 5 or something, so I can stay a little longer. Cause like,
yo, listen.
We'll talk.
Listen, we in the group chat. Bro. We in the group chat, bro. We in the group chat.
Yeah.
Right. All my men, y'all stay good. Y'all stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family.
Stay blessed, beloved. Stay blessed.
Have a good one.
Get out, ugly motherfucker. I hate you.
God damn. God damn.
It's not a live party, so you can't do that.
That's how
people find it guilty.
Nah, they can always donate.
They can always donate. Yo, listen, bro. This the pilot, yo.
You don't need that money.
Yeah, it's pilot. Yo, this is.
You don't need that money.
This is episode 0, bro. This is episode 0.
This is episode 0. But one thing though, I do appreciate and I do look back on, and especially because, like I said, being willing to think, being willing to take a step back and actually observe. Because the one skill that it was just like, come on, we all saying the same thing. We just putting it in different words. So we're basically just battling definitions. But for me, but for me, it's like the discipline aspect. That's the skill that you're talking about. The discipline is what's important as well. Not everybody was instilled with discipline, and not everybody was put in situations where they were where discipline had to be applied. For me, I learned discipline through sports, right? That's why sports competition. Exactly. That's where you learn how to deal with that discipline. How you learn to get on a regimen. Okay, timing, this, that, and the third. Boom, boom, boom. Right.
But you don't want to get too stuck on that.
Exactly.
I'm going to cut you off. Like, Kavon, because this touch on Kavon's stuff, you're like, yeah, plan it out, get the skill, do it. But a lot of times for people trying to get somewhere for weight loss, fitness, anything, they focus so much on that they don't just do it. You don't really need like forgetting to go to the gym. You don't really forget to go to the gym if you have the resolve to do it. You
Exactly.
just end up there.
Exactly.
You go. You're like, damn, it's 6 o'clock.
But most people focus on the result.
Most people,
and they realize they don't get the image that they want now, so then they stop going after a few weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I said the 3 things. That's for me. That's the 3. Those are the 3 keys.
Discipline is important.
Discipline
100%.
and then resolve. That's why the resolve comes after the discipline, because you have to be willing to be weak and vulnerable to yourself, to tell yourself this is what I got to do, and then get up and do it in the action of actually trying to make progress. Right?
You say resolve comes after discipline?
Yeah, bro. For me. This is for me. This is for me.
You? Okay.
This is
I
for
mean,
me.
yeah.
This is for me. Well, because just like you said, bro, you didn't miss. You didn't miss going to the gym, right? But if you had discipline, you understand at 6 o'clock you're going to the gym. So get your ass up and go to the gym. You see, they play hand in hand.
Yeah, I feel like we saying the same. Those 2 words are like literally like brother and sister or something.
Yeah, we saying the same thing.
Same thing. You know, like the resolve, the discipline. I got it. Okay.
We're saying the same thing, just battle definition. I just like to, as me being a human, I like to separate things, because elementary school taught me that mathematics is different from English, which is different from social studies, which is different from science. So I like to separate things. But in actuality, it's all the same motherfucking shit. Thank you, education system.
Right.
Yeah. But also, I like to add one thing. Like what men do, we like to better ourselves. That's what makes like us grow as men. That's what makes us grow. But what helps us better ourselves is change. What men are susceptible to change. They need to change. Like something's toxic in your life, something's happening, you need to change and do something about it. See, men are constantly searching better themselves. If you can't better yourself, then you can't really be on your way to be a better man than you are now.
There you go.
I mean, you can say the same thing about women though, because now women,
that's why I said
they better themselves. They start seeing stuff. There's some women out there bettering themselves. You know, there's some men not bettering themselves too. So it's more of a.
No, it's
to be more of a metaphor now.
That's individual.
Ultimately, everything that we're saying applies to any gender, to any body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what makes it subjective, is because as you speaking your truth, right? Because anything could be applied to, just like I said before, like everything is relative. Everything can be applied to everything. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Like,
go, bro.
Let me put my 2 cents on this.
Mustafa, bro.
OD.
Let
me put my 2 cents on this. I mean, manhood, for me, it's not a set of skills. It's not like, certain traits. For me, it is a mindset, is a process. It's a fucking journey. Freaking, there's not gonna be one moment in your life where you can be like, I'm a man now. All right, it fucking happens. It's like you fucking we all play video games. We all had that one quest where you got that shitty ass fucking blade. And it was like, oh, go get it repaired. And you go through all the fucking work, like, why am I doing this? All the ups and downs, all the stupid fucking quests, all the collecting, all the nonsense. And then before you know it, that shitty ass blade is like this legendary piece of gear. And that's what, to me, that's what fucking manhood kind of is to me. It's like going through all the ups and downs to get to that point. It's the fucking journey that will bring you into manhood. It's a constant fucking growth. It's like, it's all the fucking failures that you go through growing up. You're going to look out there and you're going to see the people that had the rough childhoods, the ones that freaking had like nothing growing up, that had to fucking struggle. Those are the ones that become men earliest. Those motherfuckers that come into this world and they get everything handed to them on a silver spoon, you're going to see them by the time they're 30 and they're not men. They're man-childs. That's what they fucking are.
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah. I agree.
Because they didn't fucking.
Can I paraphrase what you're saying to make sure I understand?
Huh?
Can I paraphrase what you're saying to make sure I understand?
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically what you're saying, for you, a man is someone who independent and is focused on continuous growth. They're always growing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's no set point where you stop growing. It's gonna you're gonna constantly have to grow as a man. There's never gonna be a time where it's like, all right, I know everything I need to know. That point, that point's never gonna happen.
I discussed this with Kavon a while back too, and my brother. I was like, me growing up in like a middle class family, you know, with mother and father, I'm grateful for it, definitely. Me growing up in a middle class family, I push myself less, and if I were to grow up in like an even less fortunate family, like when you're closer to the bottom, you really want to get out of that. You really want to do it for yourself. You're gonna go for broke. You know, you have nothing to lose. You know, but then when you're in like a middle class-ish, you know, you kind of like, well, if I don't get it, it's all right. You know, not to even mention if you're an upper class, if you're rich, then you're like, you know, fuck it,
exactly,
whatever.
Yeah.
But that's more of your mentality,
right?
First and foremost, because you could be in the dirt bottom and then you could work up, but you could just stay there.
Yeah,
a lot of
You
people
can stay in the
stay
ground no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
If you don't have that drive to push yourself forward, you're not gonna do shit.
You're not gonna do shit.
Stay exactly where they are.
But as men, every man has experienced that part, that one time in their life where they're like, yo, I gotta go out there and get this shit.
Right, yeah.
And that's the difference between the men and the boys. The boys are just gonna be like, all right, you know, it is what it is. Nah, it's not it is what it is.
Let's go get that shit.
It's how can we go get this shit?
Let's go get that shit. You see that Lamborghini? I might not want that Lamborghini. I might want a Toyota, but goddamn it, I'm gonna go get that motherfucking Toyota.
You damn right, Obama Camry.
Buy a Camry. Hell yeah.
Recently, bro.
But how can I put myself in the position where I could get those things?
Exactly.
Right.
All of y'all can agree on that. And there's not no little one trait that's gonna be like, all right, now I'm it. Nah, it's a forging process. There's a whole bunch of little things that you gotta throw into that legendary force to become
that you're looking
man.
The combination things.
Yeah, yo, AZ, you said you took an L recently, bro. Let's talk about it.
I took an L recently, bro, and I had to learn through discussing to other people that it's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? That it's not just that I didn't just take an L and I fucked myself over. I've been waiting my whole life to have a little, to have a pet. I was never allowed to have a dog. And me and my girl made the decision, and I got myself a husky, and I trained them, had them for a year and some change. And some situations came up. I had to find a place for myself to live, and I had to move my dog in with my girl. My girl couldn't care for the dog because she was in an apartment, bro. And 125-pound, fucking 15-month-old male husky running through the apartment is not ideal. And I couldn't recover him because I couldn't bring him to where I'm at. So I had to make the decisions to get him relocated with somebody that could take care of him and could provide for him. I took that elbow and I was my father in particular, grabbed me aside and he said, that happened to you because you did not take the time to build your foundation. You started building your house and your tower and your life on top of nothing. So when it shook a little bit, you couldn't save anything because everything fell. There was no foundation. So take the time and work on yourself, build yourself up. Make sure that you don't need to rely on anybody for what you need, which is what y'all talking about. What y'all saying about whether having a silver spoon and the different mentalities and ideas. I relied on people around me and situations around me to facilitate the housing of my pet. So when it rocked a little bit and it came time for me to be the one to respond for it and me to be the only one to respond for it, I couldn't respond for it. So I had to let it go. I had to give them up. And I took it like an L. But when I took a step out and I looked in as a lesson, I built on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had no foundation. So when y'all talking about that drive and that aspiration to want to do better and get out the hood, you know what I'm saying? Do better than what your parents did. That's a mindset. I agree with what you're saying. I literally within 3 weeks just went through that entire life lesson. Exactly. And I'm 27 years old, you feel me? So if you're watching this and you're younger and you're listening to these words of these old men over here.
Oh, well, speak for yourself.
Facts, boy, facts.
Yo, go watch your mouth. Shit.
But,
man, I ain't nothing but young and beautiful, bro. Fuck out of here.
Beautiful.
I definitely respect everybody especially that's in this lobby right now in this party that's living on their own. I like that. I like that energy because I'm hoping to do that shit too.
Yeah.
It's a journey. Everybody got different parts of the journey when they, get their own spot and shit, like it's not easy. The economy wasn't what it was 30, 40 years ago. So, I mean, we all have our story with that. They gonna hear our story when we do more episodes anyway. So I'm trying to
This motherfucker
right here.
That's right.
So, I mean,
yo, speaking to existence, bro. That's all it is.
But real quick, Nietzsche, you had something to say, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna chime into what Jonathan said also for like the viewers and everybody here in the lobby too, when it also comes to like being a man. But this one, actually, I'm gonna go a little bit off topic, not really, but this is for like everyone too. When they say being a leader or having that drive, you know what I'm saying? Having that drive, because someone that's closer to you, you can take Jonathan's story as someone in his lobby to be your drive too, to be better yourself. Because then listening to like my boy not be in a position, even in his let's just give him like a false like let's say like right now he is at a good spot where he is, he's with his girl, he has a good job, he's stable, he's great, he's doing better than what I can honestly say than me right now, right? So he's higher than what I am, but damn, like listening to a scenario where like, yo, all he needed was a place to put like his dog, or or like a scenario where like, hey, let's say if Kumai got into a car accident and all he needed was like just like 1,000 or like 500, just 500, right? You can look at that as someone in the circle and be like, damn, I want to be in a position where my brothers or someone's close to me, where they could just be like, nah, man, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yo, your dog is old. You need somewhere place to put your dog. Damn, bring him to my crib. It's fine. And when you're ready to hold you, then I can give your dog right the hell back. I don't need to keep your dog. You know what I mean? But then it's like one of those situational things where it's like, I understand where it's like you do have to be in a mindset where you have to better yourself too. And I do 100% where it's like, yeah, you got to focus on yourself, and it's always about yourself too. But the thing that I also would want the generation to normalize also is like, it is like forcefully to ask, like, it's okay to ask for help, but don't be comfortable asking for help too much. Which I had cases where, in high school where I would be like, hey man, like we want to go to the hookah bar, and I had no money, and then it's like, Lewis would pay for me every single fucking time, or Dion would pay for me every single fucking time. And then it would be like, you know what? Next time when I got my hookah bar job, I took Kevin and like the whole squad out, and I remember like paying that entire bill, and Kevin was like, "Damn, you gonna pay 100 and something?" I said, "Yeah, you don't even gotta pay me back. Like, fuck out of here."
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
And I put it away. Yeah, because to pay it back, because that's my fam. Like, I'm not gonna look at Kevin and be like, "Oh, you owe me," and like, there's gonna be times where it's like, "Yo, man." There's scenarios where it's like, yo, I might need it right now, but I'm not gonna be in his ass on certain things where it's like, where I gotta be on you to be in a negative standpoint because of the position that I'm in. Like, if I'm doing something for you, I'm doing it because I want you. I want to do it for my fellow showmanship. You know what I'm saying? Or like because I'm setting that example to my fellow manship. So like when I do stuff like that, even if I didn't have it, because there was mad times even at that time I didn't really have it stable, but I was still willing to be like, nah, don't worry about that. Like, I put Kevin's hand down. Like, he took out his wallet. I said, don't worry about it, bro. Like, it's cool, bro. Like, that's easy. And then it's like, like I just want to, me personally, I feel like to be like, at least for me, in my opinion, to be in a position, just like everybody else said, is to be in a position where I know that people can fall under me, like when they go into their lowest of low, or like, a shoulder to lean on, or whatever cheesy way you can say. Like, it could be any scenario. It could be where they can be like, yo, man, let me hit up Nietzsche real quick for like a favor, or somewhere around my group for a favor, which I know we've done even when we don't have fortunate things. We've done mad blood, sweat, and tears for each other. So, and that's a fact. So it's like, and like, especially like through dark times, or maybe something that wasn't dark to us, but it may be dark to them. And like that, to me, when it goes back to what Kavon says, and everybody says on Coles and the generation things, there's some people that are unlikely that can break the cycle. And there's times when you can look at the cycle and see your people, that gives you a drive to go forward. Sometimes it goes what Kumai is saying, and some individuals can't get that drive. They get discouraged because another dude can look at Kumai and be like, damn, he's middle class. I'm never going to be like that. Or some dude can be like, yeah, it's like, it is, at the end of the day, it's going to be a different, we're all going to the same destination, but your road is going to be completely different. And then a lot of people also got to understand that too. And that is a mental thing. And it goes back to what Dion says with the discipline thing, which I'm proving the point even more, because us having this discussion shows the different roadmaps on the road that we're trying to get to. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like, and it's great to hear other people's, whether it be negative or positive opinions, because sometimes the negative can give you that positive answer that you was looking for that you never even know that you needed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or like that positive is something that you always knew, but hearing it can make you even more motive because hearing someone else see that you're doing what you think that you're doing like in the right track, you're like, all right, cool. So it's showing some growth. You see me making these moves.
Big
so
facts.
Like it is also, like what Kevin said too, what D'Souza also said, like that mindset is never gonna end. I feel like it's our job as men especially and individuals to teach that to our new generation, to be like, hey, like even though mom and dad will have it and we give you graceful, because me personally, I know I will spoil my kids, I will make it like just like how our parents did it, like with the little that they may or may not have, they made it sure that we had certain things that most kids don't. You know what I mean? And whether it been fortunate, rather it been like in a negative, like what our relationship would be with them now. But I can safely say that even they didn't have to do the shit they did. There's parents in the world that don't even buy their kids shit. Period. Like they just go, man, you gonna do that at 6, which is a good mentality to have because you're gonna be independent. But then it's like, say if you hit rock bottom and then you have that mentality where it's like, now I'm by myself and you really can't handle it. Then who's to say that person gonna go out there and rob somebody? And then would you define that person as a man? That I will see that person like he got scared and he's maybe a coward, and he's probably not a coward. He's just as scared as I am. But his reality made him to go push that negative. You know what I mean? So it goes to also what everybody also said. It goes to what your circle. And Jonathan put the nail on the mark too. Not everybody you can't be friends with everybody, and that's fine. You can have your acquaintance, and then you can have like your businessmen or your people that you deem like top quality.
You establish some boundaries with
boundaries.
Them that is the biggest thing right there.
Because it's like it's okay even like now like I know there's been a couple of instances with our friend group where we have multiple people in that group would just go ghost for a while with their own personal issues, and we'll come back and catch. And it was like, I'm not gonna take it to heart. You know what I'm saying? Like it will hurt because it's like, damn, I'm your brother. You can tell me, but there's certain things that you're probably not ready for. Maybe it's just that inflicting to you. You know what I mean? Like Storm can tell me something that I could have been like, yo, you could have told me that, but to Storm, that's a heavy boulder. You know what I mean? Like Storm can't do that, but I can. Or like Dion can't do that. Kavon can. Kavon can't do what Dion does. You know what I mean? So it's like when you build a company, when you build a foundation, like when you got to support your castle a little bit, your empire. You know what I'm saying? There's empires in the world that are like everybody in this room. I can say that has that alpha male mentality where it's hard to like lean in and ask. That's a fact. I know for a fact that it's really hard to be like, yo, I need help with this. Now, man, I think I could do this myself. And it does, like what Kumar said, it did feel good to pay for that fully built. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be times where there's like circumstances, like what Ed said, life is just gonna fuck me. Right? There's no breaks on life. Like life is random. It's RNG 24/7, bro. I can be doing something good and a family member can die. And it's just like everything could just be at a pause, like right there and then. And my life can be good. Now I got to make that decision, man. Like it's like, oh shit. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then that can discourage you because you could be like in that mentality where, damn, every time I do positive, I got to go fall back into the people that I really, really care about. But then you can't fall back because then you'll go back to like, their muddy waters or, you know what I'm saying? Like it is always going to be, at the end of the day, it is always going to be a continuous journey. And then like I say to my viewers, don't be afraid to reach out. Like I always have a saying, I'd rather you feel stupid for being honest than feeling prideful for lying. That's just like the bottom line. I'd rather you just be like, hey, like, yeah, man, I kind of needed that $5. Yeah, I gotta need that $5, and then you just go, man, I feel kind of like a bum right now, haha. And I'll be like, yeah, you are a bum,
and then
but
definitely
here's that $5.
As a man, like pride is definitely the number one killer.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you do, where you're doing it, your pride will be your enemy.
Damn right.
Nothing more stronger in your life than your own pride and than your own self-love.
Yep.
You have to take care of you first. You have to learn how to go past that and think about what is it that you really want And then do you want to like get rid of this moment by being prideful, or do you want to be honest and actually get things done? And that's what we were talking about before. Like, we're talking about resolving issues within ourselves, within our families, within our friend group. You know, like we're huge. Like, how many of us in here? Like 8 of us?
Yeah.
Like, we're not even all here.
That's a fact. But guys, thank you very much for joining the Sage Thoughts Show. I've been Smooth D-Mac, your host. I would like to thank all of my guests, everybody that's going to be a part of this, and we're going to keep it growing to the future. Much love to everybody. Hope everybody stays safe.
Much love.
Much love, y'all.
All the women hit me up on Tinder. Stop playing these games.
Big facts, y'all. All right, y'all. Over and out, y'all. Later.
All right, man. Over and out, man. Later.
Roger.
Y'all,